it. Stay alert.
I thought so. They got us locked out. I have to figure out a way to override it.
I'll cover you.
Lanza?
More time. I need a little more time.
Heading back. Returning to post.
I'm gonna head back.
It's done.
Get to the elevator, now!
See, I'm going.
Get on!
Gracias, señor.
Rico Rodriguez. I believe you knew my father, Miguel.
You're Miguel's boy? I've seen pictures. I was sorry to hear about your father, Rico. He was a good man.
I've heard differently.
What do you mean?
Tío!
Pequeña! Oh, oh, oh. I just can't believe it. I didn't think I'd see you ever again. Oh, mija. Let me look at you.
I thought I'd lost you forever, Tío.
We need to get out of here. This place is not secure yet. Go with Mira. I'll catch up once we've taken the prison.
Rico Rodriguez. How can I ever repay you?
By helping me destroy Project Iapa and Oscar Espinosa.
Anything for Miguel Rodriguez, son.
Santo. Let's get you some freight trains.
Chévere. Easy's got the plan. Grand Central shipping bay is like a fortress. Doors will open for the automated trains. Get the codes to call them.
And follow one in. Where do I find the codes?
I've marked some consoles. Search them first.
Hostile in our area of operation.
Copy on hostile contact. Free to engage.
Oye, command. He's in a helicopter.
We read you. Enemies in a helicopter. Lost contact with enemy. Regroup.
A dozen? Hermana, you could take 100 and you gotta be careful!
My pequeñas. They've changed so much. I don't know where I went wrong with my Gabriela.
Sometimes family can surprise you.
Is that why you say your father was not a good man?
He was one of the chief architects of a weapon of mass destruction.
Not when we started, Rico. Project Iyapa was meant to save lives. Imagine the ability to disperse tornadoes before they formed. To bring rain to drought-stricken areas.
Espinosa seems to have another agenda.
Oscar. He thought his father was squandering his family's fortune on this altruistic project. When he took over, he changed our direction. He wanted us to weaponize Iyapa's technology so he could sell it to the highest bidder. Go help me with this, por favor. But once we were working on a weapons project, your father stopped his work, and he left Solis at once. Oscar sent my own daughter, my Gabriela, to arrest me. My niece thought I was dead. So I ended up here, still working on a weather weapon, but now from a cell.
You've been working on Zona Uno this whole time.
I had indeed.
You ready, Tio?
I believe so. Yes.
Kill the lights.
So, you have a plan, Lanza?
As I said, I've been working on Zona Uno. Your father's departure sent Oscar back a decade. The bastard needed my help just to recover the time he lost. But I also built in a flaw.
Flaw?
A flaw that will allow us to access the core. But first, we need to get into Zona Uno. Its core was our first major breakthrough in weather modification. We thought the best place to test your father's theory was the desert. The result was total control of a sandstorm.
We're taking the train.
We rode the train every day into Zona Uno. The sandstorms made travel difficult, but the tracks are still there.
If we weight the train down enough, the winds of the sandstorm won't affect it.
Exactly, Mira.
You'll need some heavy armor.
There are armored trains at Estacion Atalaya. We can probably get something there.
We should be able to retrofit a standard train chassis. From Grand Central, we should be able to secure a train without too much trouble. Then we just need a place to do the adjustments, somewhere near Zona Uno.
Estacion Perdida.
Estacion Perdida. We can do the work there.
I think we have a train.
That gets us into Zona Uno. But what happens when we get there? What's this flaw?
The shielding there is segmented.
I positioned it to Oscar as a failsafe.
For ventilation?
The shield opens to ventilate the sandstorm core if it overheats.
And once the shield is open?
That's where it gets interesting. Once the shield is open, I will need to personally climb the structure and manually release the locking clamps on the shield. Then we should be able to dismantle the power...
What if we put a giant gun on the train instead?
A giant gun.
See, we shoot the armor once it's ventilated.
The force of a large artillery shell should be sufficient to dislodge the shielding once it's been opened and leave the core intact.
Well, what, you hadn't thought of that, Tio?
Where do we get a gun like that?
Prospero Torretas. They put some high-caliber weaponry on their turrets.
And once we shut off the armor?
The core will be exposed. I'll hack in and disable one of Iyapa's defense nodes.
Okay, let's get started.
In this war is
Nice work.
Get on that train, Rico, and keep it moving till you reach the drop-off.
I'm aboard the train. It's automated.
Black Hand manning those guns, though. You should probably punch their ticket.
We have a train hijacking in progress. Scramble choppers, now!
Stopping.
They're trying to contain you at that outpost. Easy.
See, console in the outpost. Plug me in and I'll fix it.
No further contact. All units, stay alert.
Hostile in our area of operation.
Copy on hostile contact. Ready to engage.
Get us moving, Izzy.
Copy. You're clear. Train's moving again.
Adios.
keep the cars.
Hostile hasn't re-engaged. Eyes open for further contact.
Forces are trying to commandeer a weapons shipment. Destroy it immediately.
Looks like the Black Hand would rather blow this thing up than let us have it.
Well, that's typical. Hold them off. I'm sending you reinforcements. Sargento, call out targets for Rico.
Time to see what this baby can do.
Target is on.
Choppers coming in, Rico. Heads up.
Air support is en route.
This thing is amazing, Mina.
Oh, should I cancel the reinforcements?
No.
RPG in the junkyard.
Tank squad is going on our way.
Rico, there's another train coming down the tracks. I think they're gonna ram you.
Like hell they are.
Shoot it! Shoot it! That was a close one. Another RPG in the church tower. There's another train coming, Rico. The other way this time.
Got it.
Tank squad is going on our way.
Cannon's not doing so good. Ah, not today.
Helicopter inbound. Heading for you.
Vaya con Dios.
Tank unit on its way. We'll be on site shortly.
That's the last of them.
Copy. Sargento's bringing Lanza to pick up the cannon. Sit tight.
Hey, Rico. Nice teamwork, eh?
Are you all right, Rico? Bien, Lanza. I think the cannon is going to work out just fine.
I wish I could have seen it in action.
You will.